We know from measurements that the Earth is warming up. Some of the warming has gone into melting of the ice sheets and glaciers. Some has gone to heating up the land and the air. But most of the heat, 85% roughly, has gone into the oceans. They're the repository for much of what's happened over the last 50 years. So if you want to go detect a greenhouse effect, the ocean's the place to be looking.
More than 8 million temperature measurements confirm that all of the world's oceans are, in fact, warming up. These measurements are made in a variety of different ways.
We've been observing the ocean for many decades, measuring its temperature not only at the surface but at depth. And to make those measurements, we have a broad array of tools that we use. Sometimes from satellite, sometimes we have drifting buoys at the surface of the ocean. Other times we drop devices into the ocean that are connected to a ship that tell us what the temperature is as they fall down through the depths. We even have devices that will go down in the ocean, stay there for a month, make measurements, come up to the surface, tell a satellite what they've seen, and then go back down to make more measurements.
Climate models have shown that people are causing the oceans to warm. No other explanation fits the pattern.
We looked at changes in the sun. Could that cause the warming? Nope. We looked at changes in volcanoes. Could that cause the warming? Nope. We even looked at natural variability. Things are changing all the time. Could this just be a natural change? Not even close. The one fingerprint that was almost a perfect match was the warming that was expected from greenhouse gases.
The oceans have a unique capacity to absorb a tremendous amount of energy before their temperature changes.
So the ocean may not warm up very much right away, but as time goes on, putting more and more heat in, eventually the oceans will come to some kind of an equilibrium. The trouble is, it's going to be a lag there. It takes them a while to react. That's the inertia of the oceans. So for our case here, if we were to level off emissions today, at constant level today, the oceans would continue to warm for roughly another 50 years.
What do these changes mean for our collective future?
As the oceans get warmer, the amount of evaporation will increase. That means putting more water into the atmosphere, and that's going to come down as rain somewhere else. So it's going to change the distribution of rainfall around the planet. As you warm the upper layers of the ocean, that warm water is lighter. And that makes it much harder now to be able to mix the ocean vertically. The vertical mixing brings up the nutrients that the phytoplankton in the ocean need to exist. So if we put a lid on the ocean so that we can't have vertical mixing, so that we can't provide them with nourishment, we're undercutting the very pinnings of life in the ocean as we know it.
As the oceans absorb more heat, their impacts on the climate system will be felt in new ways. For centuries, the oceans have stabilized the Earth's climate. What will our future be like as the oceans heat up?